Hello, today we are doing 125 things you need for survival items for your stockpile. Very, very important thing to have.
For a lot of things.
Yeah, on a dime.com on there. So when the news came, we would get free advertising. I actually thought of that once when a tornado was about to hit our house. I actually thought of that.
Daughter, where did I go wrong?
These are 125 items that Mom and I recommend that you have on hand. Now, you're not going to be able to get all of these probably, but just work on what you can and get what you can.
And they're general ideas. Different families and people will need different things. So
yeah, and so we're going to give you the short version of this. We're not going to explain a lot. We'll explain a little, but here we go. Number 1.
Eyedropper. You need an eyedropper for if you need to fill
measure bleach.
Yeah,
that kind
for
of thing.
water, for your waters. To purify your water, you have to put 6 drops. I think it's 6 drops of bleach into the water to purify it, and you need an eyedropper so you can get the close to the right amount. Healing salve.
So I have a particular salve that I like, but a calendula salve, a healing salve. Neosporin isn't a healing salve. It'll kill the bacteria, but it doesn't heal. But a healing type salve for wounds.
Gloves for medical use, like latex gloves, a first aid kit, rubbing alcohol, fingernail clippers. You get hangnails, and that can get infected, so you need clippers and things like that to take care of those types of things. You can cut small threads, because if you have a piece of clothing that's starting to fray and you don't want to pull that thread because it'll unravel, and a little tiny pair of clippers you can take with you for lots of, for things, ingrown toenails, blisters that need to be clipped, and that type of thing.
Number 7.
Fingernail file. You're going to have break
sharp
nails
edges,
and sharp edges. Those little things will irritate you, and you need to file some small things that you break off or cut sometimes.
Number 8.
Dental floss.
Number 9.
Toothbrush.
Number 10.
And soap.
Now, on dental floss, you can use it for more than just floss. You can use it as string, and it's a really heavy string.
And try to think, you can eliminate some of this list by doing things that do double, like with the dental floss. A toothbrush, you don't necessarily need a toothbrush. We're going to mention rags, and you can use the rag to rub on your teeth, and that. And the soap, get a type of soap like Dawn or something that you could use for washing dishes and washing your hands.
Bar soap is better than liquid soap because it's easier to use and great if you need to. Number 11, lip gloss or lotion for chapped skin, chapped lips.
Once again, we're going to be mentioning like Vaseline or something. So you may not need the lip gloss or the lotion. You could just take the Vaseline and do that. But go ahead.
Number 12, sunscreen. 13, first aid kit. 14, eyeglasses if you wear them, extra eyeglasses. 15, an eyeglass repair kit. That's something that people don't normally think of, but this is where dental floss could come in to help fix your glasses if you lose a screw, that kind of thing. You could use it for that. Number 16, an eye wash, because there's no R in wash. Number 17, hard candy. If you don't have cough drops, hard candy can help soothe your throat, help with coughs, that kind of thing. 18, a map. Make sure you have enough maps for each member of the family and mark where you should be and where you're going.
A meeting place. And
show kids, and adults now, how to actually use a paper map. Learn how to use a paper map. Contact information, number 19, contact information for relatives outside of your immediate family and mom and dad's cell phone numbers, family members, friends, somebody's cell phone numbers. Yep. 20, a copy of ID for each person. So make sure you have copies of all your IDs, your passport, whatever you want to use for an ID for each person.
Of course, you need scissors. Use a good all-purpose scissor that you can use for different things. Plastic drinking cups.
Plastic, not glass.
Yeah, because you don't want to deal with picking up glass, and they're easy to more lightweight. paper plates, both of these, and spoons, forks, and knives. But the paper plates, you don't want to use your precious water to wash your plates and stuff like that. So paper plates, spoon, forks, knives.
Number 25, your Dining on a Dime cookbook. Seriously, though.
It's got basic cooking that you're going to need to know, because some of you are so used to just going out to eat that you don't have a lot of basic recipes under
And you
your
don't
belt.
have to suffer through. You can make taco seasoning. You can make Italian seasoning out of just a few spices. You can make all these wonderful combinations. But if you don't have the recipe or don't know how to do it, Dining on a Dime, we've got all that in there. How to make bread. You know, if you need these basic recipes, you can do that.
We do have a little bit about storing the food too in there and different things.
26.
Cast iron pans or stainless steel pans. Cast iron pans are really...
If you need to cook over a fire, grill, those kinds of things, you want pans that are easy to clean for cooking over.
And then if you're going to have to tote in your backpack or something like that, you want little lightweight pans.
So stainless steel might be better than cast iron.
Yeah. Hand can opener, foil for cooking. You know, instead of using, once again, water to clean those pans, you can cook things in foil. Baggies, you're going to have stuff for storage.
And baggies, if you have liquid things, you can put them in the baggies so you don't get like your eye wash saline all over your food stuff. That's why you want the baggies. And to get rid of smelly stuff if you need to, that type of thing. Number 30, portable food. Easy food like beef jerky, freeze-dried food, dried granola bars, nuts. Easy portable food that isn't in cans that you can eat. 31, an alternate heat source. You want a wood stove, a propane stove, a gas grill, a rocket stove. I have a video on how to make a rocket stove.
Think small too, if you're going to have to transport it.
32, a knife for butchering. Now, I know we don't want to think about doing this, but if you actually need to butcher, you're going to have the tools to butcher. 33, cooking spoon, knife, and fork. You need something heavier
Cooking
duty,
utensil.
stainless steel, not just a plastic knife and fork to cook with. A camping stove to cook with. 35, canned food. Make sure you have some canned food to cook. You know, your meats, your vegetables, those kinds of things. 36, a water filter system and purification tablets of some sort.
You need a couple of different things of this. Don't just do one thing. That's why we said the dropper with Clorox. You need a variety in case you don't mess up one.
We have a video on how to make a water filter system for just $40. Super easy. 37, pantyhose you can use to filter water. You can use to tie things. You can use it to carry things, you know, tie it around you to carry things. You can use pantyhose for a lot of things. A rope, paracord, lightweight rope. Paracord works really good because it's super industrial, super strength, but it's lightweight. 39, baling wire, twine. This is one of our favorites. We use it for everything. Baling wire is a staple at our house. I mean, I don't know that we've ever not had baling wire. All right, number 40, Mom.
Bungee cords. Now, I don't buy huge ones, or I buy a variety, because if this size bungee cord doesn't work, I have a little one I can attach to it to make it the length that I need. So that's why I have a couple of different sizes for bungee cords, and they're faster and easier sometimes to use than a rope.
41.
Bug spray. Oh my goodness, you've got to have bug spray, because people don't think about this. You may have to be outside hiking or moving around. Masks. Sleeping bags
for each person.
If
you're stuck in your home with no heat.
Blankets. You can't have enough blankets. Homesteading books like our Carla Emery one. The Encyclopedia of Country Living. All these links we're going to put in the description below, guys. I'm going to put links for all of these things. It'll be an affiliate link for Amazon, but these are all the things that we use. And these books are important to have because you're not going to have internet maybe, so you need these medical books. 47 is a survival book. Along
with that, a book on edible plants would be really good too.
Yes. And
48
is the space or mylar blankets, or in a hand crank radio.
Use the hand crank one. And a regular radio with batteries if you don't have hang crank. It's amazing how many people don't just have a basic radio net right now.
Yeah.
And you really need just a basic radio. Number 50, bleach. You need to purify water. You need to disinfect. You're going to need your bleach. 51, or that was 50. 51, a mirror in case you need to signal from down below. You could signal. 52, batteries. Make sure you have your
Different
batteries.
sizes.
All different sizes for all of your flashlights, everything. 53, work gloves.
Yes.
If you're in a tornado, a hurricane, a fire, anything rescue type thing, you're going to have to
keep work gloves in your place where you go when you for shelter for a tornado or hurricane.
Dealing with wood, firewood, you're going to need it for that. A bike, a wagon, some sort of transportation in case one person needs to go for help or the whole family needs to leave. A bike for every person would be great, but a bike or a wagon would be great. 56, an air pump to blow up those tires on the wagon and the bike if it's low. 57, coffee filters. Now, you can use these for more than coffee. You can use them to filter water. You can use them for toilet paper. You can use them for rags. Coffee filters are really super lightweight. You could use it for paper if you needed to. 58, flares. I need to get some of these, but if you happen to be stuck somewhere, flares would be really good in a car situation or out in the woods situation if you get stuck or lost. 59, newspapers to help with 60.
Charcoal and lighter fluid.
And 61.
Wood.
And 62.
Propane.
63.
Lighters, matches.
64.
Oh, and on the lighters and matches, put them in waterproof vacuum seal
Containers.
if you can, containers of some sort. Vaseline.
65.
Cotton balls for fire starting, believe it
Put
or
your
not.
cotton balls in the Vaseline to fire start. So all this is fire starting stuff. Cooking to make it easier for you to get fire going for heat and for cooking.
Yeah. Extra socks. Now make them nice, thick socks. And I keep those in my car just in case my car breaks down and I'm walking from church and I have my heels on. I keep a pair of shoes and a pair of thick socks in case you have
And
to walk.
socks can be used for gloves too.
Yes, they
mittens, too.
can. And
67.
hats, gloves, winter clothing of all sorts. I like to keep sweats in there because if it's summer that I need to use them, I can cut the sleeves off and the bottoms off and make shorts and a short sleeve, but I'll have them for winter too if I need it.
68.
Rain ponchos, extra shoes, and extra boots.
Work boots would be best. If you can get hiking boots, work boots, that would actually be best. But
actually, if you're in a tornado, hurricane situation, once again, keep work boots in your shelter place because if you're crawling out, for tornado stuff, you're going to have nails and things like that. So you need heavy duty boots for everybody.
Number 70, long johns for winter, or you could use pantyhose also. 71, hand and feet warmer packets. I found these at Costco, but you can get them on Amazon too. The link's in the description below. They last 8 to 12 hours. Those are great in an emergency winter situation.
You could even put them in a sleeping bag to keep you warm, or something like that.
72, matching shirts for the entire family. And you're like, Tyra, you're nuts. No, get a long sleeve shirt that's the same color for the entire family. Then if it's summer, you can cut off the sleeves, but if it's winter, you have the extra warmth. Why? Because if somebody gets lost, you know what everybody is wearing, and you can say, Billy Bob had a red short sleeve shirt on. I know that that's what he was wearing because we're all wearing it. And they're like, what? You can spot your kids in a crowd easier. Do something bright red, neon green, neon yellow, orange, yellow, all those colors that are really bright colors.
My son they always dress in Superman shirts.
Yep.
So
73, a fire extinguisher. You got to put out the fires along with building the fires. 74, hoses. Make sure you have hoses for fires. 75, candles. I find them at garage sales for 10 cents all the time, and I have an extra stockpile of candles just for heating and lighting. 76, weapons. And it doesn't necessarily have to be Mr. Smith and Mr. Wesson. It can be a fire poker. It can be a bat. It can be a knife. It could be bear spray, pepper spray, wasp spray, any sort of weapon that you could use to
and
help
once again,
protect
like the
yourself.
wasp spray, you could use for double whammy, for the bugs and for protection.
Yep. 77, zip ties. There's a million things you can do with zip ties. Don't forget, you can put them all together and make a rope if you need to. 78, a tarp for shelter, for carrying, for covering,
For putting under your sleeping bags so you're not sleeping on the ground.
79, spray paint for emergency information on your house. So if it's a tornado, it's a hurricane, whatever, you can spray paint on if there's anything left or find a board, all safe, all clear, your name, your phone number, anything like that that you need to do. If it was us, we would put livingonadime.com on there. So when the news came, we would get free advertising. I actually thought of that once when a tornado was about to hit our house. I actually thought of that.
My daughter, where did I go wrong?
All right, 80, Mom.
A book light.
So that you can read without wasting big batteries.
Yeah. Solar light. You don't think about this, but if you've got a 3-year-old that's used to sleeping with a night light, you'll be up all night with them. So a solar light will work in their room where they're sleeping or the area they're sleeping.
82.
Fishing line and tackle. You're going to have to maybe fish, and the fishing line can be used for other things too. Plastic bags. Oh my goodness. It's just
like grocery sacks, trash bags.
Yeah. If you have to, you can use them to go to the bathroom in, tie up and stuff like that, diapers, things like that.
84.
Playing cards, and you just need a little tiny pack of cards. You know, you can have other games and stuff, but if you just have a small little pack of cards, you can do a lot with that. Seeds.
Oh, and have the games printed out on a piece of paper in the card box.
Yeah.
If you have extra card games aside from solitaire or whatever.
Yeah. Seeds, a shovel. You can get small fold-up shovels that are really good for that. Backpacks, radios, and a knife sharpener, you know, because those knives are going to get dull if you're using the same one over and over again.
Yeah. And the radio, that one is a battery powered. The other one was a hand crank. So that's why I put those two in there. 90, a wrench to be able to turn off the gas and the water in your house. 91, duct tape. 1,000 things for duct tape. 92, saw. 93, hammer. 94, cutters, heavy duty cutters, bolt cutters, those kinds of things. 95, a axe. You may not think about it, but like we have a tree right by our driveway. We won't be able to get out if that tree falls on our driveway. And if we run out of gas for our chainsaw, we would need an axe. 96, a crowbar. If somebody's stuck under something, a crowbar, a shovel, you can get that person out from underneath that.
Yeah.
97, a multi-purpose tool. 98, headlamps. So if you're having to dig yourself out, if you're having to walk in the dark, you can put it on your head and not
hands-free.
Have to carry it. 99, flashlights. You still need flashlights even if you have the headlamps. Number 100.
A sewing kit. That can be used obviously for sewing up, rips and tears in clothes, because if the sun's hot or something and you tear a sleeve off, you're going to want that to cover your arm, so you won't get sunburned, and to sew things together.
Like people, if you need to.
Yeah, like people too. So,
juice mix. So you don't get dehydrated. If somebody starts getting dehydrated, juice mix will help kind of get you start rehydrated.
Yeah,
and
children will drink better if they have something
electrolytes with that would be good.
Yeah. Rubber bands, you can use them for so many things. These are little things that you look around what you use every day and think, I need to have some of these. Rubber bands, safety pins. 104 is sandbags in a flood zone.
Yeah.
If you live in a snow area, make sure you have a snow shovel.
That's in good condition.
Yeah, that you can use. I just moved here. I didn't have a snow shovel for a bit. So
yeah, we had our first snowstorm 2 days after she moved into her new house, and she had no way to shovel.
Yeah, so make sure you've got that snow shovel. Super glue. Oh my goodness, I use super glue for like everything under the sun. But what things you don't think about? I have a fingernail that tears straight down the quick, really bad. And I can't keep a Band-Aid on it all the time. And so I super glue that. You know, you can super glue cuts together and things too.
107, pen and paper to write your name and address for people, to keep a journal if you need to.
Yeah, and along with that, a marker, you know, a marker to mark your address on the kids' names.
Down.
Oh, is it?
That
Okay,
one's down,
I jumped in.
that's
I
fine.
won't.
108, a paper calendar. Your phone may not be chargeable.
Yeah. So you need paper of a lot of these things. Like number 109 is a coloring book and crayons to keep the kids calm and doing something, and even you from boredom.
110, pet leash, pet muzzle. Get your dogs a muzzle. Let me tell you, in an emergency situation, your dog biting someone else is not going to be a good thing. They will kill your dog if they bite you, if it's an emergency situation.
Yeah.
So you get a muzzle for your dog. They're going to be scared. Make sure that they are not a safety hazard to other people.
Yeah. And another thing, if you have like a cat, don't just use a little leash or something like that. If you put them in a container, or if you don't have that, have a harness, one of those harnesses, you know, or I guess that's what you call it, where it's around their body, so they can't just pull their leash off.
Make sure your animals are secure.
Yeah.
111, whistle. If you get buried in a tornado under a house, a whistle will help with not straining your voice. Out in the woods, blow a whistle if you get lost. My great-grandfather had a car fall on him. He was calling for, I don't know, probably an hour, a couple of hours, and it damaged his vocal cords, and he never talked the same. A whistle is actually a very, very important thing to have.
For a lot of things.
Yeah. 112, WD-40 or oil. If you have to get things unstuck, if you have to get loose, that's going to be really important. 113, cash. Get yourself $500, $1,000 in cash.
In small bills.
In small bills. I wouldn't go over $10. I would say $5 and $10 would be the biggest bills you want, but get some cash so you have cash on hand. Baking soda. It will put out fires. You can use it for teeth cleaning. You can use it for regular cleaning.
I use it for shampoo.
Yeah, baking soda is good for a lot of things. A photo of the family so that if somebody goes missing, you have a picture to show.
Don't depend on your phone.
Yeah, you need to show emergency services a picture if they're looking for a lost child, a lost husband, whatever. 116, towels. If you need to mop up blood, if you need to dry yourself off, towels will come in really handy. 117, moleskin. It's little patches that you put in your feet, put on your feet, so that your shoes, if you start getting blisters, it'll help stop the blisters. 118, cloth diapers if you have babies. And now I know from our last video, everybody said, well, they don't use pens anymore. Okay, that's fine. Just get some cloth diapers that are usable for babies that you can use.
And you don't have to have diaper pins. You can use large safety pins, and stuff like that. So, and those diapers will work for all kinds of things.
Yeah.
Bandages and different things like that too.
119, a permanent marker for writing on the skin of children or adults in an emergency situation. Saw this in Katrina. Best idea ever. Put their emergency contact information on their arms of friends, family, relatives. 120, Mom.
Buckets and lids. You're going to need this for all kinds of things.
Carrying water, toilet, food storage. If you have to butcher, you can put pieces in there.
You can turn them upside down and sit on them if you have to, just for something to get off the ground or something like that.
121.
Rain barrel, large trash cans.
Storing water.
Yeah, those are great. A clock or a watch that doesn't need batteries. If you think about it, you need those batteries for other things. So just get you a watch that is a wind-up watch.
All right, 123 is a clothes rack, clothespins.
Clothespins, because
clothesline.
Think of something that you're going to have to dry your clothes on, and You can hand wash your clothes, wash them out by hand in sink or water, whatever. But if it's going to be a long time without water, sometimes you can go with flooding for a couple of weeks or more. And so you're going to need something to hang those clothes on. So you need the line and that. So.
And you need it for 124, which is rags. Rags for everything. If you need
bandanas, rags of any sort.
Mop, if you need a hanky, if you need to mop up blood, if you need to do water filtration, if you need to do to cool yourself, a bandana.
And they're better than paper towels in the sense that you can re-wash them out, you know, and dry them out and everything.
125 razor blades. You never know what you're going to need to cut open that's sharp. Keep them in a small container. Razor blades. Guys, put in the description below what we missed. I know we missed a whole bunch. We did 125, but comment and let us know in the description below what we missed that you think we should add. Also, this list is going to be in our free ebook, our Stockpile cookbook, just for you on how to cook in an emergency situation with your stockpile. This list will be in there. The link is in the description below. Also, go watch 15 things to stockpile before hyperinflation hits. We will see you guys next time. Visit us at livingonadime.com.
Bye-bye, guys.
110, your pet stuff. Oh, shoot. Well, I know it's not you. Hello? It's done, and I've cleaned up the blood. You can come over now.
What do they do? They just hang up when you...
I just hang up then. That's my new telemarketer spiel.
I thought that was pretty good. Oh, dear.